Good morning, everyone. My name is Zaina, aka Prosperity Pusher, and welcome to this ForEx beginners page. I am going to be discussing a little bit more than Forex as time goes on, but for now, Forex is our focus. So, with that being said, I welcome all the beginners that are on this journey because Forex is something very lucrative. You can make a lot of money with it as long as you stay consistent and disciplined and apply the knowledge that you've learned, okay? And that's something we're going to talk about at a later date. But for today, I wanted to jump right in and mark up charts with you. And as we mark up the charts, there's like little gems and knowledge that I'm going to be sharing. But the main part of trading in Forex is having chart time. Just like when you're getting to know somebody, you spend that time with them. So getting to know your pair, getting to know the chart, how your pair moves, what areas your pair likes, what areas your pair respects. And when I say pair, I'm talking about currency pair. This is how you make money because you will be familiar, excuse me, with what price does in your pair. So this is TradingView. This is the main way that I and many other traders go and look at the charts, mark them up, see what our pair is doing, and then we take our trades off of that. So my pair in particular, one of my favorites, is the British pound and the US dollar currency pair. And that's what Forex stands for, foreign exchange market, the exchanging of currency pairs. And cryptocurrency is also included in that. And if you want to look at stocks and stuff, you can also see it on TradingView as well as indexes. Okay. But right now, you guys are going to be with me marking up the British pound and the US dollar. So it's 7:10 right now. It's January 4th, a Wednesday. This pair moves in the New York session, which starts at 8 o'clock and ends at 5 p.m. And it moves in the London session, which starts at, I believe, 3 a.m. Eastern Time to about 11 a.m., if I'm not mistaken, because that's 8 hours. So this pair, the is about to get to moving. You know what I mean? And it's about to be the crossover because technically it's still moving from London session. And sometimes, we'll get into this a little later, but sometimes it'll set itself up, like the pair will set itself up in one session for it to move a certain way in another session. So I've seen many times where GU, that's what I call it, GU, Great British Pound US Dollar, it will be slow during the New York session. And then when 3 a.m. hits or around like 5 o'clock, that's when all the moves in the market is made. Why does it do that? I don't know, but I just show up when I'm supposed to. All right, so far, I've put my daily high and daily low. So I'm just going to delete that and show you how I did that. Right now, I am on the daily chart, which means it's easier to explain it with the candlesticks because that's primarily what I'm going to be using. But every candle you see here represents one day, 24 hours. And you can see that here at the bottom, that wherever I put my mouse, it'll say what the day is. And as you go along the charts, 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, it'll show you the times as well. But I'm going to go back to the line chart because as you can see here with these candlesticks, you have the body of the candlestick and then you have the upper wick and the lower wick. And some people get confused on whether to put their support and resistance lines at the end of the body or at the end of the wick. So to make things easier and to trap price, I just go to the line chart, something that I learned from my mentors. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can get a little bit more data to go off of to see what price is doing. And right up here is my favorites bar. I have a whole bunch of stuff here that I use. So I'm going to press the horizontal line. And in a later video, I will show you all how to do this. But right now, it's just a quick run through of how I mark up my charts, okay? So don't be worried if you don't understand now, you will later. So when it comes to support and resistance lines, I'm looking for areas where price has touched both on the top and the bottom. I'm just going to change this color to red to represent my selling area. So price is touched here on the top. It's touched here on the bottom. So this is a place that price respects, and it is a good area for me to pay attention to. So I know when price gets to this area, it's going to go down. But if it goes above this area, like right here, it's going to go up to a certain extent. That's why we call it support and resistance, because it can act as both. Now I'm going to put a line underneath, turn that thing green, and I think I actually randomly put it in the right spot. Okay, let's go, because remember, we're trying to track price, but give it enough room to move. All right, so this might be good right here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I already see that price is in a tricky area right now, but we'll get into that as we zoom in. So boom, this is our daily high and our daily low for this pair. So now, since I'm an intraday trader, I look at the daily, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, and then the 5 to 15, even the 30-minute charts, okay? Now, if you are a, say, swing trader, you would look at the month, the week, the day, and probably take your trades on the 4-hour and under, probably the 4-hour to maybe the 1 hour charts. And that's just a little gem, nugget of knowledge. All right, so now I'm going to go down to the 4-hour chart, and I'm going to put further support and resistance zones, okay, or lines. So I need to zoom out just a little bit, because that thing definitely zoomed in. And now press my horizontal line, and I'm going to turn this line gray. Let me delete this tab. All right, and turn this line gray. My whole page is lagging right now. This isn't fair. Where's the color? What in the world? When I press it, it should pop right up. Come on. There we go. Kind of slow. So I'm going to turn this line gray, and I'm going to find the same thing, but on the 4-hour chart, a little bit of a smaller level, where price is touching the top and the bottom, finding places where price respects in respect to price, which is our blinking blue dot right there. So right there might be good, because it touches and respects these areas. That might be it. It might be just those two lines, to be honest. All right. And looking at the 4-hour chart, now I'm going to try to draw a trend line. And how you know a trend line is valid is if it has 2 to 3 touches. So I'm starting from right here at my daily high, and I am going down. So there's 2 touches already. I don't like that yellow. I'm going to turn it blue, because the price, I'm not going to keep this blue when we go to the candlesticks. So far, price is going down. So we are in a downtrend. There's a series of lower highs and lower lows, which means that this peak is lower than this peak. That peak is lower than that one. That's a lower high. And the same thing for the lows. This low is lower than that one. This low is lower than that one. But then it kind of evens out right here. which is really interesting to see because I see how price drops here and then comes back up, which shows that this is a good support and resistance area and that price respects here and that there are buyers here. So if price were to come down here again, we might anticipate price going up, but it depends on, a few other factors in the market. So now I am going to my 1 hour chart and I'm going to turn off my lines and go back to my candlesticks to further see what price is doing. So now I'm going to zoom in as best as I can. All right. You do have to play around with this thing a little bit. So when you put your mouse over here by price, you can pinch it. And then down here by the dates, you can make it wide or skinny, basically. All right. I like what I'm seeing here. Hello. I just want to squish it a little bit more, though, because I don't need to see all the end of December like that. All right. So right now, price is telling me that it wants to go higher because it doesn't want to go lower in this area here, right? Right here was quiet because it was a holiday. So you're not going to see a lot of movement in the market during the holidays, which is probably why it stayed between this area, the trend line, and probably like the middle of this zone. All right. But price did hit the top of this and fall, found some strength, some buyers, and went up again. And now it's trying to go up again. But I see that it is rejecting all these wicks, meaning that they want to go higher, but they can't. So price is more likely to go down. I also want to turn on my EMA, which is my exponential moving average. And that is this line right here. You know what? I am going to color this something else. I wanted it to be blue, but whatevs. Let's see. I don't want to confuse myself. This is why I colored code things. Dang, I went straight back to blue. Purple? It can go on for now. All right. So this is where you see if you're going to enter the trade or not. Is it safe to enter in the trade? What is price doing? Okay. So the 50 EMA really helps me to see what price is doing. It acts as a support and resistance as well. It is the average. Mine is a 50. So it's the average of the last 50 moving candles. All right. So what I am seeing here is that price is in between the 50 and the trend line. All right, so for me, this is a tricky area because it means price can break out to either side as time goes on. So I'm going to go down to the 15-minute chart, see a little bit more what price is doing. And this is usually where I would prepare myself to take the trades and stuff like that. Let me see, 5 minutes. And it's okay that sometimes you come to the chart, you do all this markup, and you don't really see an area where, you can get in. And that's okay because we do not want to force a trade. That's how you lose money. All right. But this is just a quick little way that I mark up my charts. And I'm on a limited time. As you can see, my timer is on 14 minutes right now. But I hope this helps some of you all with your markups. This is just how I mark up my chart. Daily support, daily resistance. Go to the 4 hour, a little bit further detail with support and resistance. I turn on my EMA. I make a trend line. And according to my trading plan, this is not a good day to trade because it's in between my trend line and the 50. It may be just reversing here to the 50 and then plan to shoot back up, because in this area it was a buy. Let me put a box. This area was a buying area, So I would have to wait to see what price does in this area. If it can't go any lower and it starts to show some reversal signs on the smaller charts, then I'll be able to jump in. But for now, I am not. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something to add to your trading journey. Bye, guys.